This is a very topical subject, obviously, because of what Suella Braverman was saying. Taking what they say at face value, you've been charged with sending a malicious tweet or an email, something like that. Is that the case?
No, I've been released under investigation, so I don't know yet whether or not I'm going to be charged.
So they come round. Do they have a warrant to enter your premises, these policemen?
It was so surreal. So it's a Monday night. I have 4 children. I'm making the family meal. I'm doing a roast chicken. And my husband says to me, "Oh, there's 2 policemen at the door, Caroline, and they won't speak to me." And we're quite used to having police at the door because we live in a presbytery and sometimes, you know, there are public order issues or whatever going on. And he said, they want to speak to you. So I go to the door and they said, right, we're here because we're investigating an allegation against you. And, yeah, they said, we're here because we're investigating an allegation against you made by a certain person. And they said, can we come in? And I said, do you have a warrant? And straight away, this burly policeman put his hand onto my front door and said,
"Yeah, we saw that.
We don't need one. We don't need one." And just basically barged his way in.
As I understand the law, it's a little different in Scotland, but in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, I understood it to be that unless there was a serious charge, they were required to get a serious crime. And they were going to arrest a criminal accused of a serious crime, they were required to have a warrant. Have you been informed that that's not the case?
Yeah, I'm not entirely clear, so I don't want to opine and give incorrect information. But I was basically, they have to have a reasonable reason to arrest you. There needs to be a good reason. And the reason that they claimed that they were arresting me was because they needed to seize my electronic devices, which is quite scary because, you know, I've been the victim of some really quite severe harassment. A few years ago, there was a website producing death threats, rape threats, threatening my children even, and the police said, oh, we never seize electronic equipment, it has to be terrorism. So, you know, there they are seizing my devices, and they said they had to arrest me in order to seize my devices. Well, OK, if they had to seize my devices, they know I have children, why don't they issue a warrant, a search warrant, come round and get my devices in the day and invite me in for interview instead of depriving me of my liberty?
Why does treating you worse than they treat rapists help them get your side of the story?
And it's very undignified. The other thing is that when I was being booked into custody, I was saying this, you know, that it felt so surreal. And I said, I can't quite believe this is happening. And the Sarge sort of looked a bit embarrassed. And then he said, well, you know, sending malicious emails, sending abusive emails is a crime. And the PCs who'd arrested me and were booking me in said, oh, she hasn't sent any emails. She's written insulting posts on the internet. And I, you know, just crazy.
Wait a minute. No, just that's a very important point in terms of malicious communications. You know, so the coppers are standing around saying one thing, saying you posted something on the internet. This is the issue for most of us. England 3.5 centuries ago was the crucible of liberty where one could speak freely. And now these policemen, these quote-unquote policemen, are making you do a semi-strip search, taking your shoes off, taking your jewellery off, in order to interview you about your opinions.
And the thing is as well, what was really weird, so I've never been arrested before, and it is quite shocking. So they were saying, can you lift your legs up? And I wasn't lifting my legs up correctly because I wasn't quite sure what I was supposed to be doing. And they said, oh, no, you need to lift them up this way because we need to check your socks for drugs. And I'm like half an hour ago, I'm in my kitchen cooking roast chicken, and now you're checking my socks for drugs. I mean, I understand that it's standard procedure, but it was just surreal.
It's not. No, it's not standard procedure. They've chosen to do this to you. And that is what is so disgraceful about these pseudo-coppers. Sir Robert Peel, the founder of British policing, wouldn't regard that as standard procedure. The other thing it's very brave of you even to come on television and talk about it. Our friend Samantha Smith from Telford came on TV to talk about her experience with the West Mercia police, and then they went round and bullied her and intimidated her the next morning for daring to come on television and tell the truth about these third-rate coppers.
I wouldn't be surprised if they come round again, Mark, because one of the things they said to me was, "Oh, why do you want to talk about what's happened?" And I said, "Because I think it's a scandal and an outrage." And they were trying to sort of warn me off saying anything, but I just thought, you know, I need to say what's happened here. This is a scandal. This is an outrage.